In 2019, after a series of devastating climate disasters, an international coalition led by the United States develops Dutch Boy, a network of satellites designed to regulate Earth's weather. The system, named after the legend of the Dutch boy plugging a leaking dike, is controlled from the International Space Station, ISS. Jake Lawson, the lead scientist behind Dutch Boy, is praised for his achievement but is later fired from the project due to his reckless attitude and clashes with political officials. His younger brother, Max Lawson, takes over his role and becomes a high-ranking government official working under Secretary of State Leonard Deckham. A subsequent planned handover of Dutch Boy from U.S. control to an international committee is thereby suspended on account of lax security protocols. 3 years later, in 2022, Dutch Boy starts malfunctioning, causing a heatwave in Afghanistan that instantly freezes an entire village. Mahmoud, an Indian engineer working on the International Climate Space Station, ICSS, steals data from the Afghanistan satellite shortly before being ejected into space. He hid the hard disk in his locker, before his accident that ejected him into space. Fearing the worst, the United States President orders an investigation, since the issue could be the result of internal sabotage. Max reluctantly enlists Jake, now living in exile, to return to space and fix Dutch Boy. Cheng Long is a Hong Kong-based engineer working for the Dutch Boy Climate Control System, the satellite network that regulates Earth's weather. He realizes something is wrong with the satellites. Another satellite causes an incident in Hong Kong. The city's automated weather monitoring system records an alarming rise. As a result, metal objects, including manhole covers and cars, start melting, causing widespread panic. The extreme heat ignites underground gas lines, leading to massive explosions along the streets. The explosions create shock waves, toppling cars and sending debris flying. A massive skyscraper collapses, sending a wave of destruction through the city. This disaster is one of the many warning signs that the satellite system is malfunctioning. Jake arrives at the ISS and meets Ute Fassbender, the station commander, along with her international team, before they can investigate further. Suddenly a malfunction damages the satellite and erases its data. Back on Earth, Ching discovers he has lost login access and warns Max of global cataclysm known as Geostorm. If the malfunction continues, Ching flies to the United States after evading a team of armed mercenaries. After the Hong Kong disaster, Max suspects something is wrong with the Dutch Boy's satellites. He attempts to log into the system, but his credentials are rejected. At first, he thinks it might be a glitch or an administrative issue. Realizing something is off, Max goes to Dana, a skilled cybersecurity analyst at the Department of Defense. Dana checks the system and confirms that his access was not revoked by accident. It was manually removed by someone high up in the government. This means someone inside the system is trying to keep Max from investigating further. Jake finds evidence of system failures, but crucial security files have been deleted, making it difficult to pinpoint the cause. Jake decides that the only way to find proof of sabotage is to retrieve the damaged satellite manually from space. Jake and Ute fly outside the ICSS to retrieve a hard drive which had been ejected along with the satellite engineer Mahmoud. Jake and Ute use their thrusters to reach the drive. Moving cautiously through open space, he manages to grab the hard drive, securing the critical evidence. Suddenly, Jake's space suit begins to malfunction. He loses control, tumbling away from the station, but manages to secure the drive. They keep the hard drive secret from the crew, suspecting a traitor. Jake and Ute look for the source of the error but are blocked as all user access logs on the hard drive have been erased. After Ching attempts to tell Max something, an assailant intentionally causes Cheng's death in a traffic accident. Ching tells Max about Zeus before dying. Since Jake suspects that government officials, possibly even the president's inner circle, are involved in the sabotage, he avoids directly mentioning Dutch Boy's failure or the sabotage evidence he found. Instead, he phrases it in a way that only Max can understand. He subtly warns Max that something is wrong and he needs to look deeper without tipping off the conspirators who are listening in. Max and Dana discover Project Zeus simulates extreme weather patterns to create a geostorm. Jake, Ute, and fellow crew member recover the copied log data from the dead engineer's hard drive, which he had hidden inside his locker, and discover a virus has wiped out everyone's login access to that satellite. Jake suspects the president is using Dutch Boy as a weapon. Jake's hypothesis is that the president is not willing to transfer ownership of the system to the International Committee and is again engineering a crisis. He tells Max he needs to reboot the system, which requires the kill code, held by the president. Max asks Sarah, his girlfriend and a Secret Service agent, to help him to acquire it. Max discovers Orlando is next in line for a superstorm after Tokyo is struck by a hailstorm and Rio de Janeiro is sprayed with ice. He requests Deckham help secure the kill code from the president, but Deckham instead tries to kill Max, unveiling himself as the saboteur. Max escapes and immediately informs Sarah. He and Sarah kidnap President Palma to protect him from other compromised service members and secure the kill code. They escape from a stadium as a lightning storm destroys it. Amidst the chaos, Max reveals their activities to Palma. After outsmarting Deckham's mercenaries, Max and Sarah confront Deckham about his intentions to wipe out all of America's enemies, take out the line of succession, and dominate the world. On board the ICSS, the team loses control of all operations and is forced to watch the virus initiate the self-destruct program. As disasters strike the world, Jake realizes software engineer Duncan is responsible. In the ensuing confrontation, Duncan accidentally shoots at the window and ejects himself into space while Jake escapes. As the crew evacuates, Jake stays behind to ensure the reboot completes. Max and Sarah escort the president to Kennedy Space Center, where they learn the kill code cannot stop the self-destruct process, even after they avert the Geostorm. When Jake fails to unlock the door again, Ute, who stayed behind, opens the door for him. They work together to reboot the system, transferring satellite control to NASA and preventing the Geostorm. The two take shelter in a replacement satellite as the self-destruction sequence completes and sends a distress signal. A nearby shuttle picks them up, and they see Hernandez. 6 months later, Jake works as the head engineer for a new system of satellites, which is now administered by an international committee. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Hollywood movie explanations. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.